Hello, you sexy biscuits, and welcome back into episode 2 of What's in the Bag. So for those of you who don't know, I recently purchased myself a backwards compatible PS3. So I've gone on a little bit of a PS2 haul. There are a lot of games in here, and I'm gonna say right now, there are some in here that I did not think I'd be able to find. So, the first game is Dragon Quest: The Journey of the Cursed King. Is this Dragon Quest 9? I'm pretty sure this is Dragon Quest 9, right? Or is it 8? I can never bloody remember. But I remember playing the demo of this back in the day, and I absolutely loved it. But this game's always been either extremely rare or extremely expensive. And I was finally able to find it in my local Pink Planet, which is where I bought all of today's games. So if you're in Trowbridge, make sure to go into Pink Planet and say that I sent you, because they're absolutely bloody brilliant. So Dragon Quest is amazing from what I played. It's an open world RPG, and the graphic style is super impressive. I love the look of the characters in this game. It's got this cel-shaded animated look to it, and I absolutely adore it. I'm trying to remember if this version has the orchestrated soundtrack, because I remember that the UK version of the 3DS port, which I also have, doesn't have the orchestrated soundtrack, so I'm hoping this one does. So yes, that is a massive game to start on. And it's the other one from the thumbnail. Yes, this is Godfather Limited Edition. This is the 2-disc set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this backwards. I'm going to take a look at this. So on the back, it looks practically the same as all the other versions, although it does tell you what's included here. So we've got the Godfather Legacy, Impact of the Godfather on Pop Culture, Meet the Family, you've got Making the Godfather the Game, you've also got a deluxe printed map of New York City, plus gain the maximum respect with our detailed strategy video. So yeah, this actually has 2 discs, plus it's a tin case, which I adore. It's beautiful. Inside we have the game, of course, but we also have this bonus disc. So if I was to take this out of here, you can actually see the bonus disc up close there. This is obviously just a DVD. Inside here we have the game manual, which is practically the same as the other versions. Look at the detail. It's amazing. Oh, look, I can see Daredevil's house from here. So yeah, it's got everything on here. It's quite nice. Also, on the back, we can see all of the family members, although I can't see Tommy anywhere. So yes, I was very happy with that. The only problem was this game, I think, is the most expensive one here. This was $11.99 for a PS2 game, which is expensive, but I really have been enjoying playing The Godfather on the channel. Plus, I've also got the PS3 port to do a video on. Thank you again to Ross. I will be doing a video on that very, very soon. I think those two alone would have been a pretty bloody good pickup, but we've got a lot more. As I always say with these videos, make sure to go and grab a drink and some food, because these are long haul videos, but I try and make them as fun as possible, hopefully. Next up, we have Kill Switch. I am so happy about this. This game is amazing. Kill Switch is well known for being one of the first games to use a cover system properly. This is before Gears of War. Take cover, take aim, take over. In a world on the brink of global conflict, you find yourself back on the front line. But this time, you're not here to prevent a war. You're here to start one. Offensive cover system. Cover is your only ally. Make dynamic use of walls, objects, and terrain to attack from protected positions. Blind fire was a feature in this game. This was mind-blowing to me when I first played it. It's absolutely incredible. I may have to do a video on this just to show you the cover system at some point, because honestly, this game is incredibly influential, but no one talks about it, and that sucks. So yeah, very happy about that. I think this one was 50p. Which is ridiculous. Highly recommend picking it up for yourself. Next up, we have Worms 4 Mayhem. This goes with the Fort one that I bought last time, I suppose. This one is good fun. I think this was the second 3D Worms game that they made after 3D. This one has all the classic stuff in it. Plus, time travel. I love this game. This was a lot of fun when I used to play this multiplayer with my brother. So yeah, I'm very excited to get my hands on this game again, and I'm going to be playing a lot of it. Next up, we have Dead to Rights. This is the one with the dog, I think. It is, right? This is the one with the police officer, and he's got a dog. Yeah, there you go. K9. Shadow. Oh, that was the name of the dog. Yeah, Shadow. used to attack enemies and retrieve their weapons. And there's a scene where you play as her and you just play as her distracting people. It's very weird. Supercharged Hong Kong style action. Involving story, 15 action-packed chapters set in a dark crime-ridden city. Hours of brutal gun-blazing action. In a world. One good cop, one very bad situation. I really want to narrate action movies from the 80s. I think that's my life goal at this point. But yeah, I'm really happy about that one. That's kind of a classic. It's fantastic on GameCube as well, if you ever get the chance to play that version. Next up, we have Burnout Dominator. This is... okay. Okay, let me tell you a little story. Burnout, for me, kind of died after 3. I was never a fan of Paradise, and Revenge and Burnout Dominator, which were the last 2 on PS2, I think there might have been another one, right? Anyway, those 2 were okay. I didn't like the fact that they added traffic if it was going in your direction that you could hit without any repercussions. The point of Burnout was the fact that any civilian car could take you out. But they completely changed that with Revenge, which I wasn't big on, and then, of course, Burnout Paradise was fully open world, and I didn't like that. Burnout 3, for me, is the ultimate Burnout game. But I never owned Dominator. I only ever played my friend's copy. So, I've picked this up to give it a go. From what I remember, this was released after the end, yet 2007. So this is a really late PS2 game. From what I remember, graphically, it's not as good as Burnout 3. But that was because, obviously, teams were focusing a lot more on the next-gen consoles. So they weren't focusing on that. And I think at this point, Criterion would have been working on Paradise, right? Because that came out in 2008. So yeah, this was obviously kind of a B-team side project. It's okay. I want to give it a go, and I will get back to you on that. Okay, next up we have Mortal Kombat Armageddon. This was the one I never owned. I had Deadly Alliance. Was it Deadly Alliance? I think so. Hello, Future Roxy here. It was Deception, not Deadly Alliance. I've never played Deadly Alliance. I played Deception, it was amazing, and now I'm going to explain why. The one with the cool story mode, the Conquest with a K. I love that game. I love that story mode. It may be one of my favourite story modes in a video game. It's just amazing. Plus, a load of pickups. So yes, Mortal Kombat Armageddon came out, and it had kart racing. Do you remember that? No one does. Yes, this was the last Mortal Kombat on PS2 that they put their all into, and I'm really glad they did. It's a very good game from what I've heard. I've never played it myself. The only thing I know about it is that it has kart racing and that you can create a fighter, which was pretty cool. Also, this has a upgraded Conquest mode, which is quite interesting. So yeah, experience deep story-driven adventures in the enhanced Conquest mode. How can they enhance perfection? I don't know. But I'm excited to play it anyway. This was $9.99. This was very expensive. But it has kart racing. Any game with kart racing is an instant win, unless you're Hello Kitty's kart racing on the Switch. Right, let's see what's next. Mark Echo's Getting Up, because he fell over. Yes, this is a game that I've always wanted to play, but didn't. Mainly because I thought I'd be playing as an old man who just fell down the stairs. But fortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, this was one of those weird, kind of mid-2000s spray paintings. Cool. Let's do what all the kids are doing, like free running, dude. Oh my god. You know, that's basically the mentality of every video game at this point. You play as a guy called Train. That's a very weird spelling of train. Okay. This is so generic. A graffiti artist sickened by the governmental tyranny and the exploitation of the people. Isn't that like literally the plot of every game at this time? You must bring the war to the streets, uncover political scandals, and expose your leaders as corrupt. In the end, you only have one goal. Revolution. But it had free running. And, like, the free running was cool, and no other game did it apart from Free Running, the game on PS2. I'm going to put a picture up here. Do you remember this game? I never played this. Was it good? I don't bloody know. Anyway, this was the free running game to get. Next up, we have Psyops. Oh, you see those skills? I caught it in mid-air. So yeah, Psyops is a classic. It's one of those games that I always highly recommend to people, only because it has really cool physics. The PS2 wasn't exactly known for ragdolls and physics and stuff, but this game blew my mind when it allowed you to literally just pick up anything and throw boxes around and they would actually interact with enemies. It was really cool. As an elite American Psy-operative soldier, combat a terrorist movement using your extensive Psy powers, along with the traditional military weapon combat. So you got mind drain, mind control, remote viewing, and aura view, but the most important, of course, is telekinesis. And I think there's like a practice room where you can just spawn in enemies and just throw people around. It's amazing. Next up, we have Dynasty Warriors 4. I bought it because it was only $1.99. I have no idea if this is any good. I know that the early ones were pants, but they haven't got much better, to be honest. They've just been releasing the same game now for the last 20 years. It's fine though. I quite enjoyed Hyrule Warriors, which was pretty bloody good. So if it's anything like that, awesome. Ba 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 ba. Q Club. Q Club? Clue Club. The name was that impressive that I dropped it. Yes, we have Q Club. This is 10p. That's the only reason I bought this. I like pool. I like snooker. This is that, but on bloody weird tables. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm very excited about this. I'm going to be honest, this is the one I was most excited about. Apart from... This is the highlight of today's video. I'm very excited about this one, can you tell? Inside here we have the manuals inside. That's worth 10p alone. You ready? Here we go. Save. Great. Is that... I'm trying to work out if the paper's just completely buggered or if that's an artistic choice. Did someone spill coffee on this? Oh no. Puzzle mode. Ooh, very fancy. I loved, what was that game? Pool Paradise. Oh, Pool Paradise was the best. But yeah, there you go, 10p. Okay, the next game is Minority Report. Everybody has the runs. I've been told multiple times to play this on the channel. Okay, alright. You happy now? There, I bought it. It was 50p. Can't really complain too much. From what I've seen, this also had really good ragdolls, and I think that there's a cheat code that allows you to turn that on, so that's all I'm going to be doing, I think. I'm just going to be putting in that cheat code and then just messing around with ragdolls. I love ragdolls. This was a time where bloody San Andreas came out and it didn't have ragdolls, so people would just kind of slide over your car in a static position. It was very weird. So when games like this came out, it was really interesting. So yeah, very excited about this one, and I will make a video. Okay, next up we have Soldier of Fortune Gold Edition. Now I did buy this for PC years ago, but unfortunately it doesn't run on Windows 10. So I bought it on here, and it's probably going to be awful. But, warning, this game features excessive blood, gore, and violence. Brilliant. Oh, I can't wait. That's the only reason I bought it. This is well known for being one of the most ridiculous over-the-top games ever made. Never play the 360 one. Never. I made that mistake. Never. That's an awful game. This one is really good, though, from what I've heard. So, yeah, I'm excited to play this. And it's brilliant, and I can't wait. I think this was banned in many places as well. Hang on one bloody second. Is that a SPAS 12? Oh, I'm so excited right now. Okay, developed specifically for police and military use, the B-42. SPAS 12. It's highly lethal close combat assault weapon. Although the addition of the elbow hook in the skeleton stock allows for the B-42 to be fired one-handed. It generally decreases the accuracy. Who cares about accuracy? You just point and shoot. Believe me, the spread will do the rest. I'm very excited about this. Alright, so the next game we have is Project 8. This was the last good Tony Hawk's game before they completely shat on the series. Now, for me, I wasn't too big on this game. It looked fantastic. I liked the cool, like, ability to twist the board underneath you, kind of like Skate did. But for me, the series kind of ended at American Wasteland. This is good, though, and I'm glad I got it for the price I got it. I got this for £2. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to play it, though, because I want to see how it's held up after all these years. Because this came out in, 2006. So, oh boy. Sorry, I'm just feeling really old. I remember when this came out, and I think it had like a really crappy like Motorola phone that was your UI, and it was all new and snazzy, and my brother was like, whoa, dude. I was like, yeah, man. Okay, look, he was a skater back then. That was the only words they could say. Look, I don't know. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you like this game? What did you do to the series? Tony! What did you do to the series after this? It's not Tony's fault, it's bloody Activision. Next up, we have Driver Parallel Lines. Oh man, this is one of my favourite games of all time. I love this. I didn't buy this at Pink Planet, that's a lie at the start of the video. These next four, if I pick them out in the right order, came from eBay. So, Driver Parallel Lines, a phenomenal game, and was still owned. Oh, that's interesting. Because at the point when this game came out, Ubisoft Reflections, as you guys can see there, were bought out by Ubisoft. And Atari lost publishing rights to this game. And I'm pretty sure that there are two different versions. There's the Ubisoft one, and there's the Atari one. So I've got the Atari one. That's pretty cool. So this would have been the first release. That's cool. I remember buying this game on release day and sitting in the car waiting for my dad to finish his shopping, kind of biting at the bit. I was like, I need to get home and play this game. I was so excited. And the amount of content and the open world and the cars, this is in my top 10. And it may be my favourite Driver game. But that's not the only one I got, because I also got... That's not it. Hang on. Because I also got... Hang on. Here we go. Driv 3. Yeah, sorry, I just sneezed. This is... I'm going to be kind of weird here and say that I like this game. Controversial, I know. I love Driver 3. I put so many hours into this. And yes, the game has bugs, don't get me wrong. Atari pushed this game way too hard to be released way too early, and Ubisoft Reflections, I don't think we're at fault here. I love Driver 3 though. Mainly because of the car simulation handling physics are so good even now. You go back to this game and tell me that the cars don't feel good to drive. They do. Everything works as it should. The on-foot sections don't. They're awful. He walks like a penguin that's constipated, and that's just Tanner in this game. That's something they thankfully fixed in Parallel Lines. Yes, this game, in terms of driving, is amazing, and I highly recommend it. The car chases in this game are some of the best car chases I've ever had in any video game. And the destructibility of the vehicles and how they get damaged is the most detailed I think the PS2 ever had, apart from Flat Out, I think. The cars break into so many little pieces, it's ridiculous. So yes, both those games, very happy I got hold of those. I think they cost me about £3 each, so £6, great. Okay, so we got the last couple of games here. It's one you've been asking for. You've been asking me multiple times to do a video on this game and the series. It's the Getaway. I will be more than happy to do a video on the Getaway. And its obvious sequel, the Getaway Black Monday, which is my favourite one. I love both of these games. I think they were absolutely fantastic. And I really hate that Sony let this series die. They completely killed this series off. And that sucks. Because the Getaway 3 was shown as kind of tester footage at the first E3 that the PS3 was at. And it looked phenomenal. And they never did anything with it. They just used it as a tech demo, and that sucks. I think this game for us is what Mafia is to the Czech Republic. It's that beloved. And I think, well, personally, I love this series. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. And the driving in this game is amazing. The world itself is fantastic. It's the best London in a video game. And both of these games did it really, really well. Also, they had quite kind of new features, like the UI. There's barely any UI. And when you're coming up to a turning, if you're in a mission, your indicators will blink in the right direction you need to go. And I think that's bloody fantastic, and more games needed to do that, because then you don't have to have giant arrows hovering on the screen telling you where to go. And both of these games I just highly recommend. I will be doing a video on both at some point. I want to obviously do Mafia next. I need to get my next video out of that. But yes, the Getaway is coming. Don't worry about that. The only problem is with the Getaway Black Monday is that I think the 5th mission doesn't work after that point on the PS3, backwards compatible, so you have to download a save. But I've heard the Getaway works perfectly, so I'm very excited to play both of those. There are 3 games left. Are you ready? All right, we have Pilot Down. Did I buy this? I don't remember, but did... I think you just put this in my bag. I didn't buy this. Pilot Down Behind Enemy Lines. What are you looking at, you big dingus? Okay, this... I don't know, because I didn't buy it. I think he got mixed up and put this in my bag. Okay, it's a game that has World War II people in it, and they go bang, bang, shoot, shoot, bang, bang. And he's fallen over. Unlike Mark Echo, though, he's not getting back up again. Right, so that's a game. God damn it. Okay, the next one, I was wrong earlier. This is my most anticipated game. Oh, yes. I love fishing games. Fishing games are my jam. I've only played a couple, but I really love the fishing minigame in Pokemon. That's amazing. Also, Far Cry 5 had a fantastic fishing minigame. If it's like that, I'll be happy. I could literally just spend hours just fishing. That's all I want to do. I wouldn't do it in real life because I love fish. I love all animals. So I would never fish in real life. But I do find it fantastic to play when you're listening to a podcast or something. Games like this, just, you lose hours. And I don't know what this one's like. I'm guessing it's okay. The only reason I bought this one is because it said free fishing. Choose the time of the year, time of day, and weather. And you can just play forever. That's the only reason I bought this, and it was 50p. So... win for me. And the last game we have here is Conflict Zone, Modern War Strategy, by the old-fashioned Ubisoft logo. There you go. And NASA. Oh, I didn't know they made games. So yeah, very excited about this one. I don't know what this game is. I picked this one up randomly because it was 99p, that's why. Enter the shocking world of real modern warfare, where the manipulation of media and civilians leads to military victory. As the commander of the Peacekeepers, you must build a campaign using strategic brilliance and spin control. So it's basically spin the bottle. I can't wait. Rescue hostages with news cameras rolling and gain public support to upgrade your units, harm innocents, and watch your popularity and power plummet. A technology advanced art. Oh, it's an RTS. It's taking me that long to realise what the bloody game is. Yeah, it's an RTS on a PS2. Good God, this is going to be terrible. Wow, I'm bloody annoyed. That's 99p down the fucking drain, isn't it? Oh boy, I can't wait to play this. Can I refund it? Can I get my 99p back, please? I couldn't even buy anything in bloody Poundland, could I, with that? Oh, man. There you go. That's my what's in the bag for today. There's so many games here. There's so many games. What the hell are you looking at? There's so many. Oh, man. I've got a lot of games to play. Right. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below which was your favourite game out of all of these. Tell me. And, I'll be back again to make some more What's in the Bag very soon, because I'm going to continue doing this because I really enjoy it. It's very nostalgic and fun for me, and cheap. So that's a positive. The next video I'm going to be uploading is Mafia, so do not worry about that. That is the next video to come on the channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, but until next time, that's me out. Bye, guys.